What is up, guys? Pie Muffin here, and we are back with another Tales of Crestoria video. It is finally here. I was actually gonna start making some funny, like, obviously I'm not serious about it, but I was gonna make a funny tweet about how it's past, you know, it's the 27th and it's still not up because the English side, it's obviously the 26th when this drops, but in Japan it's already the 27th, so I was gonna make a funny thing about that. But the final trailer and opening song are here for Tales of Crestoria. So after this, we're not gonna get any more kind of, on the first, we're gonna get some gameplay stuff, but as for trailers, this is the final trailer before the game's release, which is insane to think about that we're just about a month away from this game coming out. So I've already watched it once myself, but this is where we're going to be, and I'm going to upload the trailer myself, you know, just to kind of spread the news around even more. But we're going to go through this. I'm going to be pausing periodically so we can take a look at what characters are shown here, because there's a lot of characters that are shown in the opening kind of thing. It's not the full opening. It's still taken apart bit by bit. I don't think we're going to see the full opening until the game is actually in our hands and we boot up the game. And then after that, they'll probably upload it to YouTube and what have you. But there are some interesting characters that we see showing up in this trailer. So we're going to watch everything as it goes, and we get some more insight as to what the story is going to entail. So let's not waste any more time, and let's just hop right into it. I'm not going to have it as loud as normal. Like I said, I'm going to upload this myself, and I'll probably put the link to, the original Bandai one in the description of this video, so you can watch it yourself and then come back and listen to me ramble about it. So, let's hop in. So we already know this, that something happens to Khanna, and we get some more insight about it in this trailer, that something happened with Khanna that caused him to be branded as a sin. And they explain, they're going to explain here in a second what it means to be branded with a sin. In a world where all citizens must wear vision orbs that allow them to be condemned by popular vote if they commit a crime. So essentially, you are always under watch. And what this kind of reminds me of is in the Alicization arc of SAO, literally you have to kind of follow a strict kind of law. And if you break that law, even if no one's watching, you know, the law is still going to follow you, essentially. So it's kind of a similar thing. But these little, like, wraiths, or whatever they're called, I think they have a name for them they're going to say right here in a minute. But, essentially, they're always watching, and if you commit a crime, they come after you. So here's the issue with this, though. So it says that allow them to be condemned by popular vote if they commit a crime. So you could be completely innocent. Like, someone can make an illusion of you doing something, and all the people around you see that in their mind that you did it, so they could vote against you, and even if you hadn't actually done anything, you could still be branded with this crime, which is crazy. Enforcer, that's what they're called. So at first, it seems like Khanna is really excited to have finally seen an enforcer, so he doesn't, you know, this is before he even gets branded with this crime, so he's just like, oh, look, an enforcer, this is so cool. Khanna is the only son of a respected village leader who runs an orphanage. Alright, a little more insight as to who he is. He has begun to harbor feelings for Mazzella, a girl in his care. So I guess Mazzella is maybe one of the orphans? Possibly? But I guess he starts to have a crush on her and whatnot. He says he wants to bring happiness to everyone in the world. So he is definitely one of those very kind of positive, bright-hearted characters. I love that we're already getting to see some of this artwork. One fateful night, two sinned and the people demanded justice. So we obviously know that something happened on one night that branded both of them as these sins. I'm guessing this is probably going to be part of the starting cutscene. I feel like this game will definitely have periodic animated cutscenes. Unlike Ray's, which I wish Ray's had more of them, but I feel like Crestoria is going to have more because it is more of an original story. It focuses more on this core group of characters than the actual Tales characters. And it's making us think that Mazzella may have done something to essentially make them both get branded. And she's saying how she did it because she wanted to save him. They are to be hunted down and punished by enforcers. So I guess it's not explicitly stated, but by this I'm gathering that essentially they are to murder you. I don't think there's any, you know, capturing and or anything like that. It just seems like, I guess depending on the crime, you know, the punishment will be different. But it seems like for this, it may just be like them getting killed. So, but she's saying now because of me, you're tainted forever. So it seems like she made a mistake. It seems like whatever she was trying to do was to be for the benefit of Khanna, but it seems like whatever she did had the adverse effect. And she obviously feels horrible about it. Now they live as transgressors. Sins, transgressors, same thing. So that's where you get your mark from. Here's Vicious. So what, you regret your crime? Okay, we got animated scene. Okay, I'll give you one last do-over. Not sure what that means. So we got a little scene there. We actually saw an animated clip of that before. Can we see it again? Can we go back just... So yeah, this is like when he gets stabbed through the chest with whatever it is Vicious did. So yeah, you can kind of see it there. He's being like held like through his chest against the wall. You want to own your sin, or do you want to let it own you? So Mazzella is also getting hit with the same thing. Aegis, too, it seems like. Yuna. Orwin. They're all being... Oh, and we know that his is going to be in his eye. I suggest that you carve the answer out of your own fouled soul. So he's basically telling them, hey, you know, you did what you did, so you have to live with that and move forward because of it. So essentially, it seems like Vicious is the one that gives them their powers. And you can see everyone has a different symbol. Turn your crimes into blood sins and face the world. So now we're going to see everyone's mystic art, essentially, for the base units for these characters. So, Khanna is Patricidal Edge. That's a name. And we've already seen the animations of them. Annihilation Flame is Mazzella's. She wants to survive and protect Khanna's light. So, her sin to her is that she caused him to basically be part of this crime that she committed. And that's what she wants to essentially remedy. Endless torment. Wavering heart. I mean, that already tells you a lot about him, just the name Wavering Heart. So there's probably a lot he's very wishy-washy about and probably has to decide from. I want to save them, I want to keep them safe, because I want to. So it's as simple as that. He wants to protect what's important to him. Yuna is Embroiling Deceit. So we already know that she's kind of like... I don't want to say like a reporter, but she essentially gathers like news about things and probably seeds like deception everywhere. With a noose around my neck, I will continue shouting the truth. I love how like for just the text they're giving her like an accent. Love bloodied fists. We know that there was something with his family that caused him to get his sin. As long as I've got someone to protect, I'm gonna keep on living. Stand against the World Order, or administrators, which we've already seen their designs. This is Machina, or Machina, wherever you want to call her. And then Cascade. So they'll be our main adversaries, it seems. We have to believe there's something ahead of us. Basically saying, even though we've committed these sins, we can still do what we need to do to change our fate. Instead of just accepting, oh, we sinned, time to die. And here's the opening. I'm sure I'm going to get copyrighted. Okay, I'm going to be stopping a lot here because I want to see all the characters. Okay, we got Raid, Cress, Milla, Luke. Soray's already here? Oh, come on, where's Lloyd? So we've got Velvet, Leon. I want to say that's Kyle on the end, and that... Oh, wait, no, this is Emil right here. This has got to be Emil right here. That's Saray, that's Senel. And this is either going to be Ston or Kyle. Maybe we get a better shot of it here. So Farah's back here behind Raid. Mint is with Cress. I want to see that's Jude. And maybe Gaius and Elise. Oh, okay, come on. Duke? Okay, we got Duke, Patty. We've got Yuri, Rapide, Raven. We've got Senel. We got Dezel. It looks like this is probably Kyle down here. Rose, Alicia, Saray, Emil, Marta. Okay, we got Ston, Rudy, Leon. We've got Genus. We've got Sophie. We've got Eisen. We got Velvet. Luke, Jade. Ion? Okay, Ion this early. And Annis. Let's see. Can we see anyone else here that we haven't already seen? It looks like everyone else here is pretty much the same. I'm really sad to not see Lloyd yet, but that's okay. Not everyone's going to be seen at once. There was something I wanted to say that's very interesting to me. Whatever, I'm sure it'll come back to me. So there's our main cast right there. Filled with profound original characters, so to talk about the main story. By the way, the story for this is going to be fully voiced, apparently. So, I mentioned this in a previous video, so I'm sure the side events and stuff aren't all going to be fully voiced, but everything you do here will be fully voiced. So, like, when you're progressing. I'm guessing this is probably one... I'm guessing it's probably just one of the orphans, and I'm assuming this is Kanata's father. Okay, we're talking. This is probably like the first encounter with Vicious. Oh, we got more. Okay, hang on. Okay, we got Vague, Raid, Kanata, all back to back. We got Alicia, Rudy, Farah, Eisen. So we're getting an idea of who the starting characters early on in the game will be. So pretty much everyone we've seen in the opening, which I'm not going to put too much stock into that because Tales of the Ray's first opening had characters who didn't even show up till the second year of the game. So don't put too much stock into that, but figure at some point earlier on rather than later they'll be in the game. So looks like we got some scenes with Emil and Marta and Cress and Mint. We got Laphicet here, who we didn't see yet. We got Shing. I don't think we saw Shing yet. We get more part of the opening, obviously. We get to see more gameplay here. More of the Mystic Arts. Oh yeah, we didn't see Asbel in the opening either, but we know he's a starting character. Was that just the main cast, I believe? Oh, wow, we got Kanata, Emil, and Jade looking like they're getting really messed up here. Which is interesting because we have Emil. He doesn't have his red eyes, so Ratatosk is not in control here. We got Cress and Mazzella here. We got a whole bunch of characters here. It looks like they're facing off an entire army of these things. They really went all out for this final trailer. I just hope enough people see this trailer to where it really matters. I want this game to succeed so badly. on the English side. I still think it'll be fine because there's a 99% chance that the global and JP version are on the same server because they're releasing simultaneously. So even if the English version doesn't pull their weight as much as they normally should, the JP version will definitely carry it, and it's just a simple matter of them, localizing all the text. And then we get to see a lot of stuff here, a lot of staff and stuff. Made up my mind. He wants to stand up against the world, so he doesn't agree with everything that's kind of going on. Okay, we're going to look at some of these names, because this will tell me, so these are like the main, so obviously these first 6 up here are the main characters, these 2 are the main villains, and then here's a lot of the supporting characters. I'm not seeing, I didn't think I'd see him right away, so I don't see, Kazuki Konishi, which is the voice of Lloyd. So I'm expecting Lloyd probably won't be in the first part of the game. Which was pretty evident by everything shown so far, but there's a lot of characters, Just with this trailer alone, like, if you're a fan of any of the Tales games, there's probably going to be a character for you somewhat in the first couple months. So there will definitely be one of those characters for everybody where they're like, oh, I want to save for this character. I want to save for that character. So that's very exciting. And obviously, they did say early June for the release of this game. And I think that's pretty much everything there. So the game will be early June. The beta is going to be early May, so probably within the next week or 2. Now, I've seen some concern about something with the open beta, and it's that the English version is only getting the open beta. And I think that's because even if stuff is on the same server, there's still probably congestion in like certain areas. So I think on the Japanese side, they're already like, hey, we've got our server set up. We know how things are going to work. Everything's going to be fine. We don't need an open beta. But on the English side, maybe they're not so sure how well their servers are going to hold up because this game will have stuff like co-op and some form of online. So they probably want to test it to make sure everything works smoothly for when the release happens. I don't know how that's going to work because a lot of gacha games with open betas, they sometimes let you keep your stuff from the beta, but I don't know how they would do that if only English players are going to be getting their, they wouldn't let just the English players keep their accounts and then the Japanese players will be like a month behind. That wouldn't really be fair. So for all we know, this beta could literally be you can open up the app, you can go into an online match with a preset team, and then you're able to play online with other people. But, we'll have more news on the 1st, which is this Friday. So this coming Friday, we'll definitely have more news as to how exactly all of that is going to work. But that's pretty much everything on the Tales of Crestoria final trailer. I'm really excited to see a lot of the characters that were shown in here, because that definitely tells us a lot. I feel like definitely there's a lot of more favoritism towards the newer titles. We definitely see a lot of Zestiria and Berseria characters. What did we see? For Berseria, we saw Velvet, Aizen, we saw Laphicet. I think those were like the main 3 we saw for that. But we've also seen screenshots in the past of Magilu and Eleanor. And then for Zestiria, we saw it was Saray, Rose, Dezel, Alicia. I think those were the main 4 that we saw there. Whereas games like Legendia, for example, which I'm actually playing through right now by myself, we only saw Sentinel. That was it. Symphonia, I think we only saw Genus. And then there's some other titles like Abyss, of course, is one of the more popular titles, gets a whole bunch of characters. One of which isn't even a playable character in their own game, seeing Ion there, which is ironic since we just got Ion like a month ago in Raze. But that's pretty much everything I have to say about this trailer. Let me know what you guys think down below. I think this is all very exciting. I'm very excited to play this game in, less than 2 months from now. So let me know if you guys are ready. You can pre-register on Google Play and the Apple Store right now. It is live for both, so make sure you do that and get ready to play, and we're going to have tons of content. Honestly, the first night that this game officially drops, like not the beta stuff, I might just do a re-rolling live stream where I re-roll for whatever the starting characters are. If there's like a specific character I want to re-roll for, I may do a stream for that, and then we may start the story and stuff. Because I'll definitely want to have a full story playthrough, since it'll all be in English. on the channel of us playing through it. So whether that's gonna be in stream form or upload form, or it might just even be both. We'll just have to wait and see, but it's all very exciting. So let me know what you guys think down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel and you want to stay up to date with everything Tales of Crestoria. And if you are hyped, I will see you all next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.